So more messages come every day from the Great Spirit, from prayer, and just from Dream Time. And I don't really talk about these messages with people because it has been shown to me that it could be dangerous to speak without being asked. But these insights and this feeling to speak keeps coming from my core. And I don't really like to speak. I'm really, I'd much rather be a fly on the wall or, just someone to observe everything. But it's really important that we continue to stay grounded in our peace while chaos is being exposed and erupted. It's the same story, over and over and over again. When we spread more hate is going to produce. More racism is going to surface. And the more like we express our healing process, it seems like there is the lack of compassion that is coming from the right or left side, whatever way you want to call it, or just people who are really out here fending for themselves. And ultimately that's what we have control of, besides prayer. Like, what do you do with your word? Because that's like the only for me, that's my only solution so far that seems to really work and seems to do the job for my own personal life. But obviously world peace and peace on earth hasn't came yet, but we have to go through the trials and the tribulations before it does come. We have to go through the waves of holding on to the past and the waves of just like being in war with ourselves. This is Armageddon. This is prophecy. This is prophecy. And we just have to respect that this is what we came here to experience. We don't have to make sense of it. We don't have to make someone feel like they need to do something different with what they're doing. If they're asleep, that's their choice. Respect their free will. And like maybe you could be the one to help wake them up. But if they're not searching for it and they're lulled by the hypnotism that is at play within social media, within what is being fed to them, then they're a sheep. They're a part of the problem. And only they can witness and see their own gift of free will. Only they could witness and see their own worth within the eyes of God. We can't show them. And most of the time it's not even us wanting to show them that. We want to push what we know to be true, but what is really truth? I mean, like, I go into these news channels and I'm like, it's all like an illusion. Really? Really though. And it's like we all know what is wrong and right, but it gets intertwined. It's so messy because it's like, yeah, like we don't stand for Israel, right? And what they do to Palestinian people because they're not in the vibration of unity of Creator's heart. So of course we don't, because it is manipulation in that way when they say that they're followers of the Most High, they're followers of Yahweh, of Yeshua, but yet they go into another country and they sever their own rights to their own humanity. And it's gotten to that point, and it's like, we have to remember not to intertwine Jesus with this, because it's like the church has its own free will. Okay, people who take the word of the holy word of Yeshua and Yahweh and Elohim, and they twist it and manipulate it into their own teaching to justify their evil doings, then like that's their choice and that's their karma. But you have the Ethiopian people who also take the word of Yahweh, Jalla, Jannah, and they utilize that to pray for humanity, and they utilize that to gain peace within their system. And there's corruption everywhere. We got to be aware of that. There is corruption everywhere. There is no perfect oasis state besides what you create within. Okay? The oasis that we search for on earth is found within our stream of consciousness, within our own creation of our heart's medicine. And so that heart's medicine is already there. We just have to recognize it, but it is created and developed further in the silence of not having an opinion about anything. Yeah, we could get mad, but we have to continuously do this thing where we like give it to God. We give it to a source higher than us. We give it to the earth. We do things to heal us from the sickness of anger. But I go in waves too, because I'm like, yo, like we shouldn't be weak enough to allow this kind of chaos to disturb our peace. We should be stronger, right? And we need, but then I'm like, if you're not angry, then I don't trust you, because there's a lot to be angry about. I'm fucking angry. We're all angry, right? But I know that anger medicine is medicine that could hurt someone. And we need to be really careful on how we are able to express this in a healthy way. Because underneath all that anger, there's deep, deep, deep sorrow and defeat. And we have to like really face that. And then underneath that deep sorrow and defeat, people say it's fear. But I say the opposite of love is shame. And so why have we been developed to learn that it is shameful to be in the body, shameful to love yourself, shameful to have like groundedness, peace? It's because I feel like this world is backwards. And we're learning that, but we have to like honor the duality. We have to honor the duality that we came here to experience. We have to honor the process of humanity and our healing, and trust that we have time to make things come in harmony again. And sometimes people even think that within the chaos there is harmony. Because whether we like it or not, whatever we do, there's always these unnecessary, undesired accessories that come with what we're trying to do or striving to do, right? So if like you want a lot of money, which is an illusion in itself, but if you want a lot of money, I tell this to the people that I know who have a lot of money. If you want a lot of money, a certain number in your head, right, and you get that money, more undesired things come. And then you don't even know if you want the money in the first place. And then it's like we can't feed these desires because they're excessive and they're not real. Because like, what do we really, really, really want that will fill us completely? Is emptiness. So we are filled with something greater than us all the time. The love of creation. So it's like we have to make the choice to be able to keep calm and stay grounded in our peace. Because there's so many labels and there's so much projection. So we look at a group of people and then we assume because a certain like group of people act a certain way, we assume that whole group of people is that way. Like how do I explain it? So right now, okay, I'm just going to do it with the life events. Right now, people in New York City, I guess, are, I don't know, I'm not there. This is just what comes to awareness and like vision, right? People are going to Jewish-owned businesses and, making them like, protesters are wanting people to see the truth. And they say the white silence is deadly. And like these people, they're not even in Israel, okay? They probably disconnect themselves from that kind of mainstream as well and that energy as well. Because, okay, it's like looking at me as an American and assuming that I'm like the fucking elite. I'm not like the elite. I'm American in the eyes of society, whatever that fucking means. But like, we ain't like the elite. We're not like money hungry, like good people, we're not like money hungry and wanting to build pipelines and shit. That's a disrespect to God's creation. to be honest, to like categorize people in a section and make them want to pay. You're not their fucking karma, okay? They're gonna deal with their karma when they deal with their karma. And maybe you are part of the process, but if you want to take on the role of playing someone's karma, then you take on all their karma on your back. And then you have to deal with what they were supposed to heal. So if you want to do that, that's cool. Play with the dark. I've done it a few times, try to play people's karma. It backfired tenfold. Because that's not our job. We're not here to play God. We're here to be grounded in the truth of unity. And like, it's gonna get messy. And we gotta stay on the ride, and we gotta be patient, and we gotta learn to love every moment of it. So God bless, and take care of your heart, of the present moment, of what's around you. Just be grounded with what's around you, and like pray for those people who are struggling with the war, like Palestine. Let's pray for them. Let's pray for Israelites. Like there are people out there praying in Palestine for the Israelites. But it's not all the Israelites. It's the people who are taken by the illusion. Same as here. You know, so we have to like stop categorizing. We have to pray for the people's hearts who are disturbed by greed. Because they're not even in their body, yo. Like other shit is going on in the etheric realm. And we have to be aware of that. They are possessed. Gotta say it simple. They're not even aware. 80% of them probably under a spell. You gotta be honest with what's going on. And so there's a lot of healing to be done, but light always wins. God bless.